Today we're going to practice factoring by finding the GCF. So for our first example, we have 2x squared minus 4xy. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and factor both of our terms. So our first term that we have is 2x squared, which is equal to 2 times x times x. And then our second term that we have is 4xy. So again, we're going to go ahead and factor this. So 2 times 2 is equal to 4 times x times y. So then we're going to go ahead and see what they have in common. So we have 2x squared, which has a 2, and then the 4xy also has a 2. And then they both also have an x. So that's what we're going to divide by. We're going to go ahead and divide both of our terms by 2x. So if we have 2x squared divided by 2x, 2 divided by 2 would give us 1. So in our parentheses we have 1, and we still have our 2x outside, since that's what we're factoring out. And then x squared divided by x would leave us with an x. And then for our next term, we're going to bring down our minus sign, and then 4 divided by 2 give us 2. Our x's cancel out, and we are left with y. You do not need to write the 1 here, so you can simplify by just writing 2x and then x minus 2y. And we also can double check. So if we notice here on the right side where we factored it out, we had an x left over, and that's what went in our parentheses. And we also had a 2 and a y, and that's also what went inside our parentheses. So for our second example, we have 3y cubed minus 12xy. Okay, so again, we're going to break down our factors for our first term. So we have 3y cubed, which is staying the same, 3 times y times y times y. So remember, if anything is cubed, that means you have 3 of those factors. Then our second term, we have 12xy, which we can break down. 12 is the same thing as saying 2 times 3 times x times y. And then, so what do they have in common? They have a 3 and a 3. And they also both have a y. So again, we're going to go ahead and divide by the common factor. So we divide them both by 3y. So our 3y is what we factored out, so that goes outside our parentheses. And then inside our parentheses is what we get from dividing. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. Y cubed divided by y, this is like having a 1 there, and we just subtract our exponents. So 3 minus 1, we would have y squared. Bring down our sign, so bring down the minus. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Our y's cancel out, so we are left with just x. And again, we can check our answer by seeing if it's the same as what we have left over here for in our parentheses. We have 2y, which would give us our y squared here. And then we had 2 times 2 is 4. And then our x left over. So we did do that correctly. And again, you do not have to write your 1 there, but you can if you want to in front of your y squared. And then our third example, we have 5kj squared plus 10k squared. So again, we're going to go ahead and break down our terms. So we have 5kj squared, which is the same thing as 5 times k times j times j. And then our second term we have a 10k squared, which is the same thing as saying 2 times 5 times k times k. And again, what do they have in common? They both have a 5, and they both have a k. So again, we can go ahead and divide both by 5k. That's what we're factoring out. So outside of parentheses, we go ahead and put 5k. And then so we are going to go ahead and simplify what's left. So our 5's divide out. Our k's divide out. So we are left with just a j squared. Bring down your sign with a plus. 10 divided by 5, we get 2. And then remember, this is like a 1. So we have k squared over k to the first. So 2 minus 1, we would just get 1k. So 2k. And again, we can check our answer. So for the first one, we had 2 j's left. which gave us our j squared. And then we have a 2 and a k, which gave us our 2k. And then for our final example, we have 9x squared minus 12x y squared. So again, we're going to go ahead and break down our terms. So our first term that we have is 9x squared, which is the same thing as saying 3 times x times x. And then our second term that we have is 12x y squared, which is equal to 2 times 2 times 3 times x times y times y. Okay, so what do they have in common? We have a 3 in both of them. We have an x in both of them. And that is all they share in this one. So again, we're going to divide by 3x. So our 3x is our greatest common factor, and that's what's going outside our parentheses. And then, so 9 divided by 3, we are left with 3. And then x squared divided by x to the first, 2 minus 1, we are left with just x to the first power. And again, you don't have to write the 1, but you can if you want to. Bring down your sign. So 12 divided by 3 would give us 4. Our x's cancel out, so we are left with y squared. And again, we can check our answers. So for the first part, we got a 3 and an x. 3x went in our parentheses. 2 times 2 gave us 4, so there's our 4 in our parentheses. And then we had 2 y's left over, which is our y squared. So this is our final answer.